Junction Podcast, episode 19. This week, you have the special crew of Josh and Ryan by themselves.
Yep.
This week, we have some interesting topics. By that, I mean how badly this past weekend's team event went, as well as the spectacularness that is Commander.
I mean, at least you got to play a winning in.
Yeah, you say I got to play the winning. It's more like my teammates got to play the winning. We'll get into that. It was bad.
Yeah, I learned the faults of playing a top tier deck because it's the best deck in the format right now.
So I guess we're just gonna jump straight into that.
Yeah, we might as well.
So you know what was funny about that tournament?
What?
How popular Jund was.
I know, like every
that was real weird.
So me and Tom were talking about it on the way home because we were like, if we audibled to have our modern CP burn, we would have murdered the room.
I just lost for the first time.
Actually, I don't even know if that's true. And this is just coming from someone who used to burn against Jund.
Yeah.
That matchup is very 50-50.
Well, Jund's not metagamed at all towards you, and like their side.
I mean, it wasn't back then either. Back then, if it played a Goyf, you.
Well, what I'm saying is how I've lost that matchup in the past has been when Jund is ready for burn. And when I've won that match is when my Jund player goes, I have 2 cards for this matchup, and it's a Collective Brutality, and then something else that's not amazing, but whatever.
So, like, back when I used to play it, and this is, like, old Jund, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, post-Grave Troll banning Jund was, I believe, right when it was then.
Yeah.
My buddy played one Huntmaster of the Fell in Jund.
Yeah, some of them...
And every time him and I played against each other, it felt like he found it every single time.
Yeah. Well, my point is, like, your cards still have game in that matchup. And the way that, like, at least the way that the 2 opponents that Tom played in the first 2 rounds had their sideboards, like, constructed.
Oh, they probably definitely tilted it towards Titan.
Yeah, Burn would have annihilated them. Neither of them had Collective Brutality in their sideboard, which, like, I found confusing as hell.
I think it's just, like, so the problem is Burn's not prevalent right now.
Yeah.
Because of Titan.
Yeah.
Titan kind of dwarfs Burn, so, like, why would you play Burn when you could just play Jund or Titan?
Well, that's the thing. Like, Tom was the only Titan player I saw.
I saw one other. Because in the win-in, Zach beat down on Titan Shift. And I mean beat down on Titan Shift.
I don't know if Titan Shift is as hard as Titan Field is for Burn.
Titan Shift is, I think, 50-50. That one's a lot closer. Because Shift is basically a big burn deck.
Yeah. Because I hung out with Tom after the tournament was over. We must have jammed like 40 games of Modern while we were hanging out. And even I got to play the Titan deck, and winning against Burn felt trivial. Like, you found an Uro, you were golden.
Well, why do you think, like, at FNMs, Tom usually isn't that way? Because he's playing this dumb deck.
Yeah.
I should have cut that. But yeah, so do you want me to go through, like, my day?
Yeah, sure.
And then we can do yours, or if you want to do yours first thing, and this is no offense, this is not a slag on you.
Yeah.
But because I went further, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first because
I was trying not to make fun of you. It makes sense.
I did awful, Ryan. My round 1, I played.
Truth be told, I did too. The problem was my team didn't follow suit.
My round 1. Oh, so Zach's thought last week on the podcast about him having to carry you was right.
Oh, definitely. We'll get into that though.
But round 1, I faced against Mono Black. He thought seizes me 3 times in the first 3 turns. I'm done.
Jesus.
Game 2, I am on the play. I Thoughtseize him turn 1. His hand is Thoughtseize, the new 2-mana Thoughtseize, the new 2-mana Thought. I don't remember what the name of that card is right now.
I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
Agonizing Remorse. Thoughtseize, Agonizing Remorse, Knight.
Jesus.
2 lands. And I'm like, okay, well, turn 1 I'm going to take the Thoughtseize because you only have 1. And then turn 2 I look at Agonizing Remorse, 2 Agonizing Remorses. No. 2 Agonizing Remorses, 2 lands including a Mutavault and the Knight of the Even Legion. I decided to take the threat because like I wasn't doing anything with my hand. And like the only like I could take his discard spells, but then like he just takes my removal spell and then I can't win because I'm literally just gonna get ran over. And then he Agonizing Remorses my removal spell. I draw and just pass because I have nothing going on yet. He draws an Agonizing Remorses my removal spell and then rips 1 mana threat, 1 mana threat, 1 mana threat over the next 2 turns. And I just die to 1 mana threats.
That's fair. Your opponent kind of just had it.
So when the last time I looked at his hand, he had 0 1 mana threats, and he just rips 1 mana threats for the rest of the game. I'm like, okay, like nothing I can do there.
And you're round 2?
Oh god, what did I even play against in round 2?
I mean, if you don't remember, you can kind of just say, like, yeah.
I mean, he absolutely wrecked me, don't worry.
I heard your last judge call of...
Oh, what, you mean the one that Tom got?
Or not the judge call, sorry. With the judge, like, telling you how you could have played the line better?
Yeah.
I was there, I kind of heard that, but, like, we had just got back from getting food. I think it was.
Yeah. But, anyway. No, yeah, round 2 was against Sultai Delirium.
The good deck.
Yeah. He just Emrakul, we're literally playing for almost 30 minutes in game 1. And then I'm at this point where like he has some stuff on the board, like I'm handling it, and then he picks up an Emrakul, and I'm like, I have a Thoughtseize, I have to make him discard the Emrakul or I lose, and then I'm at 2. So he plays a Tireless Tracker, and I can't find another removal spell. I can't find another Fatal Push plus Fatal Passage, so I die. And then game 2, then game 2, literally the same thing happens. Like he puts out 2 Tireless Trackers. Like I have removal spells that can kill one of them, and then I never end up finding a removal spell to kill the second one, and I die.
That deck is real dumb.
Delirium?
Oh yeah,
definitely.
So I saw a Twitter poll.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna side note this for a second because I just think it's relevant to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because you played Pioneer all day.
Mm-hmm.
The Twitter poll was like, "What do you think is the best deck in Pioneer?" And the options were, the usual suspects. It was Delirium, Murder, and Breach.
Yeah.
And I said Delirium because it's got such a consistent mid-range game plan, but it's like it just does these things. It doesn't feel fair.
Yeah.
But it is the de facto fair deck of the.
It just has all the best cards in one deck.
Right. And I'm just like, that's not okay. Like it's really not okay.
Yeah. Round 3, I play against the guy who you played the round before. The team you played against the round before.
The one in round 1?
Yeah, the one you faced in the one you faced in round 1. Red black mid range. I go for the combo turn 4 and I'm just like screw it. I'm gonna Inverter turn 4, and he goes, and then I just play Thassa's Oracle on turn 5 and win the game. And I'm just like, why did you go for Oracle right there? If I had a discard spell, you were dead. And I'm like, you had a land in your hand. my deck cannot sit here and wait forever for you to eventually draw the discard spell. I either do it now and pray you don't have it, or you had one draw to grab it, or I die. So I'm going for the thing that doesn't kill me. And then and then game 2, he keeps a hand that's 3 lands. Three land. He keeps a 6 that's 3 lands. Kolaghan's Command, Rekindling Phoenix, Glorybringer. I look at his hand, turn 2, and I go friggin' perfect. Put away that Kolaghan's Command, go. And he goes land go, land go, land go. And then he goes turn 4, play the Phoenix. I'm like, great. Turn 4, Inverter. And he scoops immediately to Inverter. And then I show him my hand with 3 Thassa's Oracles in it, and he's like, yeah, there was no way.
Jesus.
And then
your round.
And my round 4, I didn't finish. I won game 1. I won like the most interesting game 1, control mirror game 1 I have ever won in my life. That I won by decking my opponent. So we both had Jaces out, and he ultimated Jace with 9 cards in his library.
Oh my god.
Went to go play an Oracle. When it was like, okay, I'm gonna try to play an Oracle. I thought seized the last Oracle out of his hand. He didn't have any more in his hand, because like we both were like terrified of playing inverters and what each other was doing. And then just he goes to mill himself, and I downfall his Jace in response to him milling himself, and he dies. And then game 2, we didn't get to finish. And like game 2, I ended up losing because I was like trying to take a line. I had Narset, Jace, and a Thassa's Oracle to play, and like I inverted, and I was trying to put myself in a position where if I and I brought Liliana back, chose Inverter, played Inverter, tapped out to play Inverter, and I'm like, I'm choosing a line that if I like because there's now an Inverter in my deck again, and I'm choosing a line that if I untap and if I can just draw that Thassa's Oracle and I know he doesn't have anything going on, I just win. And he just assembled everything in that turn that I was tapped out. And then we were like, yeah, we're not going to bother playing game 3. Because Tyler had already lost and Tom had already lost. And then
a lot of us ended up like deciding to finish our game.
Yeah, and then
like the rest of them had finished.
Yeah, and then we were 1-3, and Tyler and Tom look at me and be like, "Do we want to play round 5?" And I'm like, "Honestly, I would like to be done." And we decided to be done. Like we were dead for prize at that point. We just like we were like, "Yeah, let's go home." So like we went and got some food and hung out for a while. It was had more fun after the tournament than during the tournament, honestly.
That's fair.
I mean, it was fine, but like,
Sorry.
That's fine. Anyway, Ryan, how was your tournament?
Just as bad? I'm just gonna run through the rounds, kind of like Josh did, but yeah. I don't know if my memory is quite as good as his is.
Yeah.
So round 1, I was the on-camera feature match.
Oh no.
I teamed with Zach and Heath, as I call them, the A squad of Team Car. Because they're the people I'll usually team with if I have the option.
B squad, whoop.
No offense to the other guys, but it was funny because we had all 6 of our teammates there, and it was the exact way that I drew up the teams when we added every team.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh yeah, well, Josh will play with Tyler and Tom. I'll play with Heath and Zach. It'll all be great.
I would team with Tyler and Tom in a heartbeat again. Those guys, we had a lot of fun, even though we did.
They are great people and great. Like, they're also good players. It's not like I'm slighting them in any way.
Yeah, we had a bad run of it. I would play with them in a heartbeat again. I don't care about that. Like we had so much fun that the fact that we had a bad time of it like didn't even matter. We were having a blast playing together.
The thing is, like, I've teamed with both of them before, and it's just a good time.
Yeah. Tom's like,
that being said, Tyler is also just very. Yeah. I think no one really realizes that.
Yeah.
Tyler is actually just a very, very smart player.
Yeah. I almost would like.
I give him all the credit.
Yeah. I almost would like to sit next to him during the next one.
Oh, it is an experience just to hear his thoughts on things.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, I'm not trying to like make it sound like he's some guru, but it's like Tyler thinks about things way differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And
definitely.
it's like, you just have to talk to him in an in-depth conversation about deck building.
Yeah.
And you will just be like, wow, I didn't think anyone could think like Tyler does.
Yeah.
So I've gassed him up to his face like this, and he just starts laughing, and I'm like, I'm not even trying to gas you, man. It's true. So that being said, back to what I was saying, I was the on-camera feature match because they wanted to have Legacy on camera all day. I'm playing Bant Helm, which is a Helm of Obedience, rest in peace combo. You put both in play and activate your Helm of Obedience, and you deck your.
Yep.
I won game 1 because I was playing against Moonstompy. And fun fact, game 1, they cannot beat Energy Field, rest in peace.
Yeah. Even if they Blood Moon you, but if you're able to get your pieces in the play, they can put together whatever lock pieces they want. If you get that in play, you just win immediately.
Game 2, I lost because they turned Rabble.
They turn 1 rabbled you?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I also casted an Energy Field, and then they red it.
And then they what?
Red blasted Energy Field.
Gross. That's kind of brave playing Red Blast in that's really yeah, it's really brave playing Red Blast in your Chalice deck. Holy shit.
In game 3, very, very I had the combo on hand the entire put it in play at any point. I was stuck on 3 lands. They played Chandra Awakened Inferno.
Yeah, the cards
you were not able to force fulfill Chandra Awakened Inferno.
Weird.
I had 4 emblems on me.
You died.
Well, so this round was interesting, and I stand by the decision. I lost. Heath won. Zach went to time. Our opponents asked us, "Hey, will you consider us as you were dead on?" Heath and Zach looked at each other and said, "It doesn't matter to me. Ryan, make a decision." I looked right at her. It's round 1. I'm not conceding to you. And their opponents looked at me and said, "Well, putting us in the draw bracket doesn't really help anyone." When, fun fact, it actually did. Because you could make top 8 with at least 1 draw.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 if your breakers are.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter that I put them in the draw bracket. Which, as we had heard 2 rounds later, still didn't matter. Because didn't you guys beat them?
Oh yeah, we beat them, yeah.
Yeah. It didn't matter that they were in the draw bracket. They sucked.
Yeah, they lost against a team that was 0-2.
Round 2. We played against Titans, if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
It was the team of Jacob Haverstadt, Zach Turgeon, and whoever their third teammate was. Never actually caught the guy's name. Really nice, though.
Yeah.
Heath was beating up on Zach. Jacob pushed my shit in after game 1. You're going to notice a pattern here, by the way. I've won a lot of game 1.
Rip Energy Field.
Yeah.
Just gets
he
people.
Pushed my poop in real fast. And then Zach got run over by 4-color Shadow.
Jesus. I mean, yes, not having Fatal Push. He seems kind of weak against Shadow, yeah. Specifically because he's playing blue-red, makes it just feels like he's a bit weak to Shadow because of that.
Oh, I think it was the next round.
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure I have my rounds. No, it was round 4 that had a funny encounter with Shadow.
Yeah.
So round 3, I got my only match win of the day.
Oof.
And I played my worst matchup of my life.
And you still won.
My opponent mulliganed to 5, game 1. And then game 3, he kept a hand and had 0 forcibles in it.
Yeah.
And I'm not even kidding about this. It was literally game 1, I 5. Game 2, beat me down with an oak.
Actor. Nothing's
Game 3, he had a hand, and I was like, I top decked the Helm of Obedience with a Rest in Peace in play. Played my one of Ancient Tomb, so I could cast and activate Helm in the same turn. The minute Helm hit the stack, he looked at his hand, looked at me, and said, "You got it." And he told me, he's like, I had 4 Veil of Summers. So if I was trying to fight a counter war with him, he was winning it, but I was never trying to fight a counter war.
I mean, you can't really win a counter war against a counter, like a deck with a bunch of counters.
Or a hand of 4 Veil of Summers.
Yep.
And I think Zach won that round as well. I forget who. Oh no, I remember. I believe he was playing against a guy playing Heliod combo.
Oh, Jesus.
And Zach kind of just took a poop in his chair.
What? You just say took a poop in his Cheerios?
Oh, yes. It was bad, Josh.
Bad for that guy.
It was so bad that the guy, game 1, kept a 1-lander with double Birds of Paradise.
Yeah.
Both turns, Zach bolted the bird.
And it worked out for him.
Oh yeah, his opponent never drew a land and conceded.
Jesus.
And throughout all this, Heath has not lost a match yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't finished all of them, but he also hasn't lost. He's just been like in a place where in the games that he didn't finish,
Yeah.
you could tell he was going to win
Yeah.
because of how good Sultai Delirium is.
Yeah.
So round 4, I play against Eldrazi Post.
Yeah.
Hate that deck, by the way. The deck actually just dumped on me earlier.
Because it's very good against you, right?
It's not really that it's very good against me. It's actually pretty bad because I play main back to basics. And,
Yeah.
in game 1, he turn 1'd a Chalice on 1.
Yep.
And I kept a hand that was good against anything that I didn't have to force on 1.
Yep.
Because I didn't have a force. I had like Narset, Teferi, Ponder, Brainstorm.
Yeah.
And then proceeded to draw Ponder Preordained as my first 2 draws.
Seems good.
Yeah. So I just couldn't do anything. But after game 1, I'm shuffling up and I finish sideboard. And I see Zach has a Death Shadow in play under his control.
Archmage's Charm. Oh my
He
god.
Archmage's charmed his opponent's Death Shadow. So it would be a 3/3 Shadow. Because Zach was at 10.
Oh my god, I love it.
And to make it worse, his opponent was about to lethal him with this Death Shadow with a TBR on the stack.
Yeah.
And his opponent tapped a blue source to cast TBR.
Yeah.
So he didn't have a blue source untapped. So he just Archmage's charmed it. And then killed his opponent with a 3/3 Shadow.
Oh my god, I love it.
And then Heath, so we won this round because Zach beat that shot player like it was a job.
Yeah.
And Heath won standard against Is It in Soul.
Yeah.
When his opponent at one point had a Bomat Courier with 5 cards underneath, nothing else in play, 1 card in hand.
Yep.
Heath killed the Bomat.
Yep.
He didn't have the mana to pop it.
Oh no.
Like at that moment, he just did not have the mana to pop it. So the guy played a Hope of Garapow, and that was the only thing he played for the rest of the game.
Wow.
He just killed him. Well, Heath had a Uro that was active, and a Nissa that was at like 9. Like Nissa who shakes the world.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
And then he flipped a Jace Vryn's Prodigy. So, yes, I think Heath had it pretty well locked up. In round 5, we had a win. And it was depressing. Because I don't know if I actually told you the full scope of the win, Josh.
You didn't.
So, I played against... and for everyone wondering, it's basically they're the same deck, but they have very, very specific... Omnitel uses Omniscience to just like cast Emrakul and Grizzlebrand real quick, while Sneak and Show uses Sneak Attack to sneak have haste.
Yeah.
I did not see Sneak Attack, but I definitely saw Omniscience too. I I died 2 games very quick. There was nothing I could have done. Like, Zach looked over at my hand and looked at the game, and he was just like, yeah, you can't do anything. In our game 2, I literally I won a counter over a deafening silence. He resolved Show and Tell the following turn, put in Omniscience, cast Grizzlebrand, drew 14 cards, and cast Emrakul. Like, he could not have drawn that up better.
Yeah.
This same round, Zach beat down Titan Shift. And then Heath lost the only match he lost all day.
Yeah.
Against Dredgeless Dredge. He won the only match he lost the only match he all day against Dreadless Dredge because he mulled the 5-2 games in a row.
Yeah.
And in game 2, his opponent mulled to Leyline.
Jesus.
To shut off Delirium and Uro. But his opponent, because Heath didn't do anything game 1, didn't know what he was on, so he guessed that he was playing the mirror.
He guessed he was playing what?
The mirror. He thought he was playing the Dreadless Dredge.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact, he was not. It just also happened to be good, and he didn't. And that was how our tournament ended.
That sucks.
But beyond that, we had a good day. I had a very bad day myself. I could not buy a win if I wanted to. But now I'm looking forward to going to. And the next team tournament I know, which I believe I'm playing with Curtis and Zach. And I believe I'm playing Pioneer for that tournament. Are you trying to go to SCG, Wester?
Yeah, I just don't have a team right now.
I mean, you could see if who you were teaming with last time, but for that to work, you'd have to hope Tyler could actually build Bant Spirits for Pioneer, or one of you would actually have to play.
Yeah, that's the problem. One of us has to play Standard. I mean, I'll figure it out. Like, I'm not like I won't be super upset if I can't play the main event. Honestly.
Yeah. I was considering going, but Zach is convincing me to just play Mod. So shall we move on to?
Yes, we shall move on. Give me like 2 seconds, Ryan.
Because it's interesting here. Very exquisite hair. It's the most exquisite hair my eyes have ever beheld. Well, actually, I did come.
Okay, continue, Ryan.
With all that said,
So in Commander, and I know we talked about wanting to talk about Commander a bit. What exactly do we want to talk about Commander? Do we enjoy about the format, or just the format in general? Things we want to do in it?
Yeah, I guess a little bit of
It's kind of just an open forum. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, really. Like I've been playing a lot of Muldrotha to the Gravetide.
I've only been playing a singular
You've just been playing
Joyra.
Joyra.
I mean, I have a deck I'm trying to build. I've been lazy about it because I'm focused on.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, like I said, I just have not been able to play Commander lately.
Yeah, the last time I played was at GP. Last time I played was at GP Jersey. I played like 4 games in total that I played 4 games in total that mattered. The coolest thing was we played a pod that was me, Lucas, Lewis, and this random guy who was playing Tulane actually. So the Tulane player died the instant he tapped out for Tulane. Because Lucas was like busy pushing his shit in particular because he was like I'm not trying to be an asshole, just I don't know what you're doing. So because I don't know what you're doing, you're the threat.
The last time I played Commander was with Matt.
And so we killed the guy. So we killed the other guy. Poor Lewis was over there getting mana screwed to hell. So he basically was not in the game the entire time. And then Lucas was busy punching the two other people on the table to death. He pretty much goes. I think like I have like a kind of a lock on the game, and I think I can maybe get there. And then he goes, "Oh yeah, safe right. What was it? The one that lets it. It's Silvox Quest or something like that. The one that lets him grab a creature from either his hand or his library for free. You know what card I'm talking about?
No.
It's a commander card. What's the name? So, what's the name of the one that the parlay commander?
Savala.
Yeah.
Oh, Stampede. That's the card you're thinking of, Savala Stampede.
Yeah, Savala Stampede. So So he has 4 cards. So he has 4 cards in his hand. He chooses hand. So I'm like, shit. So like I'm trying to metagame him and be like, what does he want me to choose? I chose library and I chose wrong. He chooses hand. Puts in Avacyn. Like the Avacyn that the Avacyn that makes all your the indestructible Avacyn that makes your stuff indestructible. And then
so basically it was indestructible. It just kind of
and then it gets better. So he flips cards off the top of his library for Stampede and gets Blightsteel Colossus.
That's gross.
I'm like, oh no, I'm screwed. So I have 1 turn to I basically have 1 turn to do something. So I go, okay, I untap. What's the best thing that I can do? So I'm looking at my cards. I'm like, okay, I have an Ashnod's Altar in play. I have some other random cards in play, and I have a Apocalypse Demon in my graveyard that I can cast with this Muldrotha. So I'm like, okay, I think I have my line. My line is all right, and I had Peregrine Drake in play. My line is I have Deadeye Navigator in my deck. I'm gonna mill myself for as many cards as my library has with my Apocalypse Demon because its power is equal to the number of cards you have in your graveyard, so I get to double the cards in my graveyard. So I was like, so if I don't have a Deadeye Navigator in the top 22 cards in my library, I die. I found it. It was the last card I milled over. And then the main way my deck wins is by getting that infinite mana, and then by flickering Muldrotha forever so you can cast all of your spells. Like, forever. You can just cast all your spells forever. Because while you're making infinite mana with Peregrine Drake and Deadeye Navigator, you can, like, choose Muldrotha some of those times. And if you flicker Muldrotha, like, you just get to, you basically just get to do that, keep doing that forever.
Huh.
Like, because she's a new copy of Muldrotha.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, so we just keep so you just keep doing it.
Not too much more, I guess. Does that make you feel good?
That seems good.
So I do that, and I'm like, okay, and then I oopsie into Sir Conrad, put Sir Conrad into play, and mill myself over and over and over again casting what is it, elixir of immortality along the way.
So I don't remember much of my last game of Commander. Gosh.
Yeah, my opponent's deck I'm playing against in
You mean about going out on a date?
in Pioneer right now is super savage. He's playing Consuming Fervor and Curious Obsession in this blue-red aggro deck.
I can explain this to you pretty easy, though I remember pieces.
Yeah.
Right. I was playing Joyra.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't against Fastman. My last game, I think.
Is it the one where you just like killed
It was
all of
you,
us?
Tom, and Tim. Remember that? You had already died to Tom.
Yeah, because Tom was just like, kill you.
I mean, to be fair, you kind of had to. You were a little scary.
I was playing a Storm deck, so yeah.
I was too. The difference was they trusted me. Rule number 1, don't trust Ryan.
Yeah, you definitely learned. Everyone definitely learned that.
But so what happened literally was, and I'm just going to go over the last turn.
Yeah.
Matt Fastman walked up. And so the thing with Fastman is I like Fastman. I really do. I think he tries to inflict his opinions of Magic on other people a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the nicest way I can. Yeah, I like, it's sometimes he takes these standpoints on Magic where, why? You know?
Yeah.
So like his opinion on Commander would be fair and grindy, which is fine. I agree. Like I enjoy nice times. But he says that, but then his decks are super like grindy, but also just kill you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Ayara deck.
Yeah, his main deck is a creature combo deck.
Right, and it's like, so we're not allowed to do it, but you are, in your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, and I was like, I mean, define fun. I'm over here comboing.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't believe you right now. Boy, I proved them wrong.
You sure did.
Oh, I went in, man. It was deep. But I ended up getting to a point where I was just casting a bunch of... Tim couldn't take damage, but I was going to be able to cast Hellkite Tyrant.
Yeah.
And then cast Karn's Temporal Sundering.
Yeah.
To take an extra turn with 20 artifacts in play and win the game. Yeah, that was a trip. But yeah, that was the last game of Commander. On that.
Yeah. It's most of the Commander I've been playing is just Muldrotha. I just enjoy that. I just have enjoyed iterating on that deck so much that that's most of what I've been playing. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion because I know Muldrotha's kind of scary.
What was your controversial?
I think Muldrotha's fun. Like
it is.
Like the way that I built it recently, like, is not a result of me being like, oh well, I have to kill people because like everyone's just gonna kill me. It's more like that's my meta, and like if I'm ever gonna win a game of Commander, like I got to. You know what I mean? Like I gotta go for that. You know what I mean? Like I just don't have a choice. I just don't have a choice. Like if I'm gonna keep up, I can't.
I'm trying to think of like a deck that's like OP but not.
Yeah.
I'm like looking on EDHREC right now, and I'm like, you know, it's a deck that actually apparently is pretty popular right now, and it's pretty good.
What?
Or like a commander at least.
What?
Gola.
Golos is a lot of fun. I really want to build with Golos.
Yeah. Part of me is surprised that it's actually as popular as it is, though.
You're surprised that it's popular?
Yeah. I just like, in my mind, I think it's like a very narrow building front. I say that, but then there's also the route where you can go like super.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird. Because the thing with Golos is you can kind of just, and that's what to me makes it kind of, you know, like you just, oh, I can just play big dumb idiots in it, or I can just play lands.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Yeah, wrong answer. Wrong answer.
Yeah, I definitely get you, Ryan. Like, I was playing, like, the one, like, version of, like, the one version I really wasn't enjoying was just trying to play Control in Commander.
I thought that was a lot of fun.
It just, it just felt like it wasn't good enough all the time, I guess.
I mean, it's not, because like you can't police everybody. You have to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
I'm saying I can say this because I also, like you, I thought it would be fun, and I actually enjoyed it. I've been playing it, but
Yeah, like, I enjoy Lavinia, and I'm just like, oh, well, he's just gonna lock us out of the game, and I'm just like, yeah, well, like, you know, what else am I supposed to do with this deck? You know what I mean? Like, what else is my deck that locks people out of the game supposed to do? Not lock you out of the game?
yeah. I think that deck is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really feel like personally, like, I gotta, like, you're like, you really gotta, like, play it a certain way. You really gotta, like, have your answers, like, line up a certain way in the format to have it be any good.
Also, like the way I did it, Josh, was I just kind of played, in which I think if you're trying to play it as a deck, then that's the, you know,
Yeah.
because at least if you're playing it as a, you play more enchantments, you just kind of do that. Like you're like, yeah, play enchantments, do my thing, but I got it. And you know that's easier than trying to do the other route of like just like yes, I was still playing counterspell, playing all of these sweet like enchantments and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to build. Like, that's why I kind of want to build, like, Ban Enchantress in Commander, because that seems like it would be really fun to deal with, to play.
I'll tell you, I just found a deck I kind of.
Golos Land sounds like it'd be a hoot as well.
Oh, I've had a tribal deck I want to play.
Tribal?
Yeah.
I hope my opponent knows they don't draw a card with Curious Obsession if they kill one of my Planeswalkers.
So did you see the deck I sent you? It's the list of commands I sent you.
Druids? Curtis just messaged me back and said, yeah, I was not.
Yeah. But I want to build Druid.
That sounds hilarious, actually.
Well, see, you know who's actually a Druid?
Who?
Chulane, the Teller of Tales.
Right. That is definitely a thing that is.
Yeah, he is.
You play your 3-mana counterspell opponent. You're fine, Molly. Wow. So I didn't realize if you attach auras to Bone Crusher Giant, you deal 2 damage to yourself. Ryan,
What?
you deal 2 damage to yourself if you attach auras to Bone Crusher Giant.
Yep. Josh,
What's up?
did you just learn that?
Yeah, because my opponent is putting auras on a Bone Crusher Giant.
So how long have we been? Yes,
We've been going for about an hour.
we could probably wrap it up then, right?
Yeah, we can probably wrap it up. But
I don't know if you have anything else to say. I don't.
not really. We were just shooting the shit about Commander for a while. Like, that seemed fine. Hopefully we have some more, oh my god, this casting the Supreme Verdict.
To talk about next week.
Yeah, hopefully we have something interesting to talk about next week.
So how's it going with Molly? She's a vicious, humorless man. Means nothing but a trail of misery and crushed hearts.
She's a man eater.
It's okay.
Wow, that's extremely rude, opponent.
So, thank you everyone for listening to this week's episode of the From Jank to Jank podcast. Sorry if it rambled a little bit towards the end.
Yeah, we usually end up rambling, so...
We kind of just ran out of things to say, and I was like, we should call it.
Yeah. Alright, have a good night, everyone.
But
Thanks
yeah, tune in next week, and we'll be back.
Yeah.
And I will be back for you, Josh.
Oh, you better bring your A game.
Joshua Brown.
Better bring your A game.
I will. You will